Hello and welcome, I am Scott and this is episode 2 of Court Farm on Farming Simulator 2015. In this episode we're going to be using the doots with the cultivator and we're going to go and cultivate field 14 which we harvested in episode 1, and if we have time we'll also head over to field 2 and cultivate that. So we'll get started. As you can see, I've had time to wash the tractor since the last episode. It was pretty pointless actually because we were going to be cultivating, so it's going to get just as messy again. But never mind, it's washed. We'll just head across to field 14. Cultivating this field will take quite a while, I'm guessing. It's not a huge field, but we do only have a small cultivator. Traffic's really slow on this. There's actually a mod out, I've noticed, that speeds up the traffic speed. I keep meaning to download it, but I never have. I want to give that a go at some point. Because in real life, tractor wouldn't be overtaking every car they come across. I like to try and keep it as realistic as possible. It's not always possible to stay completely realistic. I just try and do my best though. Like realistic way you would overtake with that corner so close like I just did. Never mind. And here we are, just down the corner, and that's field 14. We'll start down the bottom where we start the harvest, just because I think it makes more sense to start further away and work your way back to the start. Lined up. About there will do. Pulled to one side on this slope. I think it's just because we're on a side slope. Should be fine once it flattens out. Field might not actually take as long as I thought to cultivate. Just need to wait and see really. The next episode will probably be sowing this field. Try and get crops in it as soon as possible, just so I can get more money from it. And talking of money, I looked up the issue I had with the sell point, and it is a known issue with the map. Sounds like it's quite easy to resolve. Need to go into Giants Editor, which I've never done, but I think I'm going to have a go at it. Sounds like it's just a case of simply moving the cell trigger, which I think I'll be capable of doing. Yeah, it doesn't like this slope. Isn't taking as long as I thought at all to cultivate this field, so hopefully we will have time to cultivate number 2 as well, field 2, which is a small field. It's smaller than this, so it won't take any time at all. In fact, field number 2, you can see it there, it's not big at all, so it shouldn't take long. And this Dutz is managing this no problem. I knew it would have. I've used this Dutz with this cultivator many times before. The Dutz is actually one of my favourite tractors, the base game tractors anyway. I do use it quite a lot. Fine little tractor just for small maps, small fields, small equipment. It's probably one of my favourite tractors. It's actually the Zetter Crystal we also have back at the yard is another one of my favourite tractors that came with the Gold Edition download. I do prefer the older machinery. I think that's one of the reasons I like them so much. I do like using the new big machinery as well, but I find it a little bit more enjoyable using the smaller machinery. It takes a lot longer to do stuff, but it gets it done. done quite a bit already, probably not quite halfway, but almost halfway down the field. So shouldn't take long at all. I'm not sure how long it's taking. I'm not really even checking time. I never do when I'm recording, and I'll keep meaning to, because I want to try and keep the videos to 20 minutes to half an hour, but I just forget to keep track of time, so I end up either having to edit down way too much to record too much, or having no clue how long I've been recording for, so just going with it. Although I'm not sure, let me know in the comments section what you prefer. If you'd rather the videos be sort of 20 minutes to half an hour, or if you'd just rather me do one job an episode sort of thing, or if it's just small jobs, do several jobs an episode. Like this, just do the cultivating and then end episode, and next episode it'll just be sowing and probably fertilising, because fertilising doesn't take long. Then, you know, we could do that, or we could just try and stick to, as best as we can, 20 minutes to half an hour sort of target time for a video. Let me know in the comments section what you prefer to watch. So obviously if we're doing sort of one job per video, if we're doing like some harvest or that, it could potentially go over half an hour quite easily. So let me know. I will read all comments. I'll reply to as many as I can. And yeah, just let me know what you think you'd rather watch, whether you'd rather watch a slightly longer video sometimes and see a whole job get finished in one episode instead of spreading out over 2 episodes maybe, or if you'd rather just have sort of half an hour videos at the maximum where we do whatever we can fit into that half hour video. Anyway, I think I'll keep going with this off screen, and I'll come back once we're nearly finished. We're about halfway already, I'd say, so it'll be a second for you, but it'll be a couple of minutes for me. Okay, we're almost finished this field. Only this little corner left to do. It won't take us long. In fact, it hasn't taken us long to do the whole field. I was actually thinking it was going to take us a lot longer. We have missed a few little bits, but nothing too much. I'm not going to bother going back and getting them. I wouldn't do it in real life, so trying to be as realistic as possible. I'm not going to bother going back and going over them in this. It's not going to affect us too much. It does mean it won't plant anything in the bits we've missed, but like I say, it's only tiny little bits. It's not like there's a whole section missed or anything. It's not really going to affect the income we get from the field too much. I just need to be a little bit more careful when I'm doing it and try not to miss any bits. But sometimes it's hard with the straw, to chop the straw down, because it lies over the bits you've cultivated sometimes, and it makes it quite hard to see where you've been and where you've not actually. But you just need to overlap a little bit extra just to make sure you're not missing anything. It's not too hard. Washing the tractor was a complete waste of time. As you can see, it's covered again. Oh well, that's the joys. I should have known it was going to get dirty straight away again, putting into groundwork. It was clean for a bit, at least. Once we've done this field, we'll move on over to field number 2. That should not take long at all to cultivate, it's quite a small field. It's a shame we didn't have a baler, or could even afford to hire, well, even if we hired a baler, we don't have a front loader or anything to move the bales with. So it would be quite costly actually. For the size of field number 2, which is up near the top there, upside field 6 in the top corner, top left corner. For all the size of the field, it would be a bit of a waste of money having to hire a baler, a bale trailer and a front loader. So yeah, I think the best thing to do is just cultivating it, even though there is straw lying ready to be baled. We could always just hire a forage wagon right enough, pick up in the forage wagon and sell it that way, but I don't even think we've got enough to. Plus the money you get from straw, it's not a lot, and probably wouldn't pay for the hire of the forage wagon, so we won't bother. If we're hiring equipment, we want to be able to, the job that whatever they're doing, whatever it happens to be that we're hiring, we want it to be able to pay for itself back with the job it does. And I honestly don't think that we would get the money back, let alone profit. So yeah, some people might say, oh, but you're losing out on money by not collecting that straw. But I think it would end up costing us more money lifting it than we're losing out on it, so to me it's worth it. Tiny little bit of corner left to do. just pass on field 14. Tiny little bit hardly worth doing, but I'll do it anyway. There we go. Field number 14 finished, so we'll move on over to field 2 now. Just, yep, think of how to get there. Took the right turn, yeah. I've been known to take the wrong turn at that roundabout a few times, so I always have to double check. Probably should have actually headed back to the farm first and refueled. Just noticed we're running quite low on fuel. Hopefully we don't run out down this field. That'll be a bit of a disaster if we do. Here's the dairy farm. Doing quite a lot of work in here. Field number 2 should just be coming up. You can just see it over that hedge and no more. Entrance should be just around this corner. Yep. There we go. Not a huge field, quite a tiny field actually. So we'll get started on this. I think this top corner is probably the straightest. I like to go with the straightest corner to start with, and the straightest edge. Yep, we'll go with this. And we'll get started. This field will not take long at all. Just looking at the spacing of these rows of straw, and it must have been some size of a header this combine had. This field was harvested by the previous owners of the farm, and before selling up they obviously didn't have time to bale it. And then they went and sold most of the equipment and just left us with the basics. And a baler wasn't included in that basic pack. Missing bits already. I missed one bit. Need to really try overlap as much as I can to save missing bits. It is a shame we couldn't collect this straw, but like I've said, it just costs too much money to get the equipment to be able to lift it, and we wouldn't get that much for it. There's not a lot here. So I don't feel like we're making a mistake by cultivating it into the ground. Maybe should have a headland on this field actually, because we don't have quite as much room as the last field for turning around at edges. I was pretty sure I was overlapping quite a bit there, but I missed. Yeah, this side of the field's fine, with loads of room, but the other side there's not quite as much. Never mind. Okay, we're almost finished this field. We're also very low on diesel, but we should get this field finished and have enough left to get us back to the farm. Hopefully. If not, well, we'll have a tractor sitting with no diesel somewhere. Won't be helpful since it's the main tractor as well, but I'm pretty certain we'll have enough to finish off this little bit and get us back to the farm. pretty sure there's a little shortcut we can take through the woods that will get us back to the farm quicker than going round by the road. So we'll take that way, because we'll be very low on diesel by the time we get back to the yard, that's for sure. We've been in the red for most of this field and went into the red at 50 litres. So we've only used almost 9 litres to get here. It was quite near the beginning of the field we went into the red, so we should manage, no problem. Anyway, hasn't taken long to do this field, didn't think it would. And then that'll be this field and field 14 ready to be sown, which we will get done in the next episode. I haven't completely decided yet, but I think we'll go for canola, or canola, whatever it is, however it's pronounced. Oilseed rape anyway, as this is called here anyway. Mainly because we get the best price for it, and we need to build up some money. So that's likely to be what I'll be putting this field and 14. We'll just wait and see. And once we've got that done, fertilise obviously, because we do have a fertiliser spreader. Once we've got it sown and fertilised, we'll be hopefully ready to go and harvest the canola up in field number 4, just along the road, and number 8 is a field of wheat. Hopefully that will be ready as well, so we'll get both them fields harvested, and that will be hopefully enough to bump up the bank balance a little bit. Hopefully get, well I doubt it actually, but I'd like to be able to get enough money to get a forage wagon, mower and windrower. I doubt we'll have enough to get all 3 items that we'd need to start doing silage, but we'll wait and see. We could always rent the equipment. I do have the hire mod in, so we can hire equipment. Okay, one last pass by the looks of it. Yep. And then it's back to the farm and get some fuel in this tractor because it's badly needed. I think we'll give it a wash as well while we're there. There we go. Another field ready for seed. Now if we go straight across here, open this gate, we'll just leave that gate open because we'll be up and down here quite a lot I think. This should take us straight to the farm. Which it has. Good. Again, we'll leave this gate open. tractor a quick wash. Wheel wash. That'll do, so there's no point washing the cultivator. Cultivator isn't an implement that needs to be clean. It's just going to be getting dragged through the ground, so what's the point having it clean? And lastly, we'll fuel up. And that will be the end of this episode. I hope you've enjoyed watching. If you have done, then please do leave a like for the video. It'll mean a lot to me. Also, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, then please do. By subscribing, you'll get updated with all my latest videos as and when I upload them. So you'll have no excuse for missing one. And after all that, again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Ta-da, see you later.